Hey everybody, welcome back. A little disappointing news for me anyway today, because the dogs run down the stairs. You remember last time we made the American Light and the American Light with Apricot, and I am getting over my cold, although I still do have a little bit of it left. This is the Weizenbier, by the way, the very first batch, and thought I'd have a little bit while we talked. Wonderful beer. I only have 2 bottles of the original batch left. One I'm keeping for my brother-in-law to read when he gets up here this weekend. But so we did the American Light with Apricot and the American Light without Apricot. And typically what I've found with most of the beer that I brew, the batches, after about a week I've got some fairly decent carbonation in there. A week after I did the bottling on the American Light, I took a bottle up and put it in the refrigerator, and later on in the day I opened it up and I barely got any noise as I opened the cap, which thought right away, this is going to be interesting. So poured it into the glass, and you know, I mean, for all practical purposes I would call it a flat beer. So I waited another day, and then I thought, you know, I wonder if it's just too cool in the basement. Maybe I'll grab one of the regular American lights and put it in the refrigerator and see if I have the same issue. Sure enough, absolutely the same issue. I got just a little bit of a sound opening it, and then basically flat beer. So, and I realized, you know, after a week you're kind of pushing it. But I've had pretty good success with every other batch at a week. Now, the long and the short is, you know, I do most of this down in the basement. All the storage of the beer is down here, and it's substantially cooler down here than it is upstairs. If we have the thermostat at 70, we're typically down here at around 64 to 66, somewhere in there. And now we're coming out of the winter, but you know, I'm sure that the whole foundation has cooled off pretty well over the winter, and we're going to be sitting at that temperature now for a while. So what I've done is I've moved the Apricot and the regular American Light up to the dining room, where we've got a more stable temperature of 70 to 72 degrees, and I'm hoping that little added bump in temperature over the course of the next week or two is going to allow that beer to carbonate more fully. I'm really hoping so. I can't see myself dumping 96 bottles of beer down the drain. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I realize it's a lot cooler down here and than it has been, so we'll give that a shot, and hopefully that's going to take care of itself. I do have a couple other things that I'd like to get going here. One is a brown ale, and then I have a red ale, and of course I always have kits of the Weizenbier, but I doubt I'd do anything with that at this point. I've got a good case of Weizenbier sitting here behind the bar, so I'm in good shape. But the brown ale looks to me to be headed towards the same direction. When I look at the kit, it reminds me a lot of the Scottish ale. It has some of those same caramely malts and dark roasted malts, so I'm thinking that's going to have a really nice flavor. That Scottish ale, as I mentioned, turned out to be a really nice surprise from a beer standpoint. So if the brown ale is anything like the Scottish ale, that's going to be a winner. The Scottish ale is definitely something I'd brew again. Everyone that's come over that's had it has basically fallen in love with it. Same thing with the Weizenbier, but like I said, that was a really pleasant surprise. So I guess what we'll do is we'll have to check in next week and see if anything's happening, if I'm getting some more carbonation there. My guess is I will, now that we're up at a warmer temp. And then at least we'd be able to do some sort of a review on it, provided the carbonation's up to snuff. So until next time, I hope you all have a great week, and cheers. Wow, just great beer. This has been a Matty Boy presentation. Say bye-bye, Matty. Bye-bye.